I'm going to walk you through setting up backgrounds and graphics for sublimation printing. I use Word, so that's what I'm going to give you instructions on. I have Word in my taskbar down here. That's this blue thing with the W. If you don't have it there, just type in Word here. You can see it shows up right there. Click on it and it'll open up the program, and you just choose blank document and start working. But I'm not going to do that because I actually already have a document open, so I'm just going to go down here and click my new document. So the first thing I do is I go to layout and orientation and I rotate it to landscape. Then I change the margins to zeros. If you don't have that choice right there at the top, you click on custom margins and put zeros in all the boxes there, top, left, bottom, right, and then click OK. And it'll say some margins are outside of your printable area. You just want to ignore that. Your printer can print to the edge of your paper. Then what you want to do is open up the folder that has your images in it. I have a folder called Sublimation. It's got my backgrounds and my funny graphics and everything. I haven't figured out exactly the organization structure I want to use, but this one's good for now. So the first thing we'll do is drag a background in. So go to the folder that has a background you want to use, and if you need a minute to find it, click pause on the video player and go open the folder. I'm going to open mine. So this folder has a lot of my backgrounds in it. I think I'll just drag in one of these tie-dye backgrounds. So all you have to do is just, make your window small enough so you can see both your Word document back here and your graphics here. And if you can't see your graphics in pictures like this, find a oh, I don't have a white space in my folder. So take your mouse to somewhere where it isn't, see how it's highlighting the files here? Take your mouse somewhere in your window here and right click and choose View, and then choose large icons, and that'll change it to be these icons like this instead of a list with file names. Comes in handy when you're looking for backgrounds. Ooh, maybe I'll use one of these instead. I like them. So then find the picture that you want. Remember, you can pause the video anytime to go look for the background you want to use, and then just drag it in onto the page on Word. And there it is. So this isn't the size it needs to be. For tumblers, for me, I usually use somewhere around 9.25 inches wide by 8.25 inches tall, and I'll walk you through setting that. The first thing you want to do is right click on this image and go down to where it says wrap text, highlight that, and then move over into these choices and choose behind text. And what that does is frees up this image so you can move it around anywhere on the page you want it to be. Where it was before had it glued to be in line with text, so you couldn't just move it to be anywhere. So now this will move freely, and any text you add will be, anything else you add on the page, it will be behind it. So what we'll do now is double click on the picture, or go up here to picture format and click on that, and it opens this menu. And over here on the right where it says size, I'm going to click this arrow right here and open up this whole window. So the first thing you're going to do is uncheck this lock aspect ratio box, and then change your sizes. So this is the width. I'm going to change it to 9.25, and this height I'm going to change to 8.25. And then text wrapping we already set. And then on position, I always just like to start out with everything centered. So click on horizontal alignment centered, vertical alignment centered, and then click OK. So that changed the image a little bit. It's more squished than it was, but it still looks okay. And when you put it on the tumbler, you'll never notice that. So one of the things you might not like about this image is all the rough edges. You might want it to be totally square on the edges. And to do that, you would, if you didn't already have the format menu open, which you do, you would double click on the picture and open up the format menu and click on crop. So you can just drag this in here. So I usually just leave a few of these little white things. I don't worry so much about the ones that are like that. I don't care if they're a little rough. If you don't like it, you can move it in as much as you want, or maybe you won't ever use this image at all. But it's important to know how to crop things so that they look how you want them. Then click enter, and here's your image. That isn't the right size anymore. So all you do is go up here, and then you don't have to open the box, the whole box again. You can just click on width and put 9.25, and click on height and put 8.25, and it's resized, and just move it. You can click on the arrow and center it again, or you can just eyeball it if you want. So now there it is without all those rough edges, and ready for me to put something in front of it. So I'm going to open the same window again and go back to, let's see, I think the stuff I want to look at is in a folder called quotes. So go find the graphics that you want to put in front of the background. Pretty sure Q comes after P. There we go. So the sarcastic bundle, that's always fun. We'll just drag this one over. So so this one is a PNG file that's got a transparent background. And it's big, and it's filled up most of the screen, and like the first one I dragged in, it's glued to the where the text would be. It's glued to the paragraph. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to right click on it, choose wrap text, and then you're going to choose in front of text, and that'll make sure it stays in front of the background. Then you can see these dots around the corners. Just grab one and drag it until it's the size you want and put it here. So now one of the things you can do is add like a white splash behind it, and then add some transparency to the splash so that the text shows up. But what I've learned that I really like to do more is right click on this and go down and choose format picture from the bottom, and that opens up a menu over here on the side. So there's one, the first icon looks like a paint bucket, and the next one has the geometric figure. Click on that one, and you see shadow, reflection, glow, soft edges, 3D format, rotation, 3D rotation, artistic effects. You want to choose glow. And then, ooh, this is not, the whole command's not showing. So we're going to click on the color and choose, just for this picture, we'll choose white. And so you can see all of a sudden a white glow around all the words showed up, and all of a sudden your text pops. I like glow better than having that whole splash behind the image. I like having the background show up. So you can control, it's got a big white glow around it. You can control, over here on the right you can see that box where it says 10 point. So that's big, that's a big glow. You can make it bigger so that it makes a huge big glow, or you can make it smaller so that it's just got a white outline. You know, it can be as much as or as little as you want. And you can make it transparent. Oh, I see. Okay. You can make it more transparent so it isn't so bright white. I like it bright on this particular picture, but sometimes that white like that is distracting. So now you have your picture. The background's the right size. The text, I think, is a good size for a tumbler. I tend to shoot for, oh yeah, that's a little big. I tend to shoot for 4 inches wide. This one, you don't need to worry about unlocking the aspect ratio. If you did that, the text would get messed up. So if you keep it locked, then you only have to change one of these and the other one will change with it. So this one can go up like that. I'm not a hot mess. I'm a spicy disaster. I like that. I think this is a wrong background. I think a background with a bunch of chilies or something on it would be good. But now this one's ready to go. You can print it, put it on a tumbler, and you're good to go. So I always wrap from the same side, and I think that I trim. So when I print my pages, I cut. Do they print backwards? I cut this side and cut the bottom with a paper cutter, and then I don't worry about the top because I just fold it over, but I line the bottom up with the bottom of the cup, and then I tape it all up and throw it in the oven. These usually match up exactly, or they overlap a little tiny bit, but I leave a white space on one end so that it wraps around it overlaps. So there's white that overlaps when you wrap it up and you tape it up. It makes it easier to pull it tight and line things up and everything. So I'm going to do another one and show you how to get rid of a white background if you don't want it there. Let's see. Here. We'll do a Valentine's Day one since that's what I sent you. Sarcastic quotes. Sublimation. Where are my hearts? Oh no, I won't. I have an image that I did for a business here recently. Boundary Peak, there it is. Okay, so I'll pull in a background that I'm going to make another page here so I can drag this graphic in and then yeah, okay. So put this graphic in. Oh, and I'll use this one to show you how to crop to shapes too. That'll be good. Okay, so let's go find a background. I'll use this one. Okay, so I'm going to right click and choose wrap text, behind text, and then you can move it wherever you want. Change size, 9.25. Oh, aspect ratio, okay, 8.25. So one of the things you're going to have to do is measure every batch of tumblers that comes in because they're never all the same size. Each box tends to be the same size, but different batches can be different sizes around, and you're going to need to resize the width of your image appropriately. So I need to right click on this one again and wrap text in front of text, and then I can drag it up here and you can see, oh no, it has a white background and it's not showing. And So we're going to have to fix that. But the first thing I want to do is I don't want this to be square. I want like some of the stars to be trimmed off here. So I'm going to crop it. But I'm going to click this arrow underneath crop where it says crop to shape. And you can choose any of these shapes to crop it to. I'll choose an oval. And I need to crop it again. So you can see I can move this in and it would be a circle instead of an oval, or you know, you could squish it up and make it a really narrow oval. You can crop it however you want. Maybe we'll stick with that one for now. Although for Tumblr that's not really the best. I just want to show you how to crop to shape. So then you hit enter. Oh, that didn't work out good. You got a square on that end. Okay. So if you hit enter, this is what you end up with. And you have this white background. So I'm going to double click on this and open up this picture format menu and go over here to color and click the arrow and do transparent color. So now you're going to click on the color that you want to make transparent, and the one we want to be transparent here is white. We click on that, it went away. And now you can't see anything, the stars or the moon or anything. Oh no. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to make it glow. And that menu is still open from before, but if it wasn't, what you would do is right click on this one, go down to format picture, and then these commands will pop up. You click on the geometric and then glow, and then choose a color. And now it's glowing around the mountains and the moon and the stars. This might not have been the best one to practice this on because it's not so just because of the way it is, but or maybe it just I could have used a solid background. Anyways, I knew I had it and I knew it had a white background, and so I could use it to show you. So that's how I create my documents for printing for sublimation. I'm going to save this. Right here, choose the folder you want to save it in. I'm going to go to my sublimation folder, which is in my Seagate drive. And I'm going to write training. So it says yes. Okay. So now it's saved. I can close it. And I'm going to stop this recording. I'll do another one on setting up the printer settings for your sublimation printer in a minute.